been following a meeting that's happening right now regarding the Franklin County Prison Project. 5 News reporter Claire Everbach is at the Rogers Convention Center. And Claire, that meeting started at 3:30. There's been a lot of discussion. What updates do you have for us right now?
Yes, Morgan, the meeting was expected to end at 6 p.m., but it is still going on. Most recently, we heard from Board of Corrections member Lee Watson and State Representative David Ray. The two debated whether or not this 3,000-bed prison is needed within the next 10 years with the growth of the state. We also got a chance to speak with Washington County Sheriff Jay Cantrell. For Cantrell, he says he is not concerned about where this prison is built, but voices that it is necessary to relieve local prisons.
My position is that it's not necessarily relevant to me where it's built. Is just that we get some beds, that we get some prison beds somewhere. The state has done multiple studies, and they think that this is the spot. And I'm not here to say one way or the other. I'm just saying that we need to go ahead and get this thing started wherever it's going to be located, and get some prison beds to get some pressure off some of these county jails.
We'll have a full recap of the meeting coming up tonight on your 5 News at 10. Reporting live from Rogers, covering news where you live, Claire Everbach, 5 News.
Thanks, Claire. And you can follow any developments on the plans to build that new state prison in Franklin County with our free 5 News app. Looking ahead, the man charged in the deaths of a couple who was hiking with their daughters at Devil's Den State Park is back in court tomorrow. Andrew McGann will be arraigned on 2 charges of capital murder. Prosecutor Brandon Carter has already said he plans to seek the death penalty in the case. McGann is accused of murdering Clinton and Kristen Brink on July 26th. They were hiking with their daughters when prosecutors say McGann attacked them. Both girls escaped without physical injuries and are safe with family members. You can follow any developments to come out of McGann's arraignment tomorrow on our website, 5newsonline.com. Well, new tonight, the town of Clarendon, Arkansas's high school football coach has been accused of sexually assaulting a minor. The Monroe County Sheriff's Office asked Arkansas State Police to assist in an investigation into Caleb Gannon at the end of last month. He was arrested in West Memphis during a traffic stop on Sunday. Then the next day, he was formally charged. The Clarendon superintendent says Gannon has been a part of the community for years, so it's left many there shocked.
Very, very unfortunate that something like this occurred, and very, very unfortunate that we didn't sense that it was occurring. We are in the business of educating our children, and when something happens, it really devastates us all.
The superintendent says they do not believe the incident happened on school district property and that they're now working with staff to support students and their families. The Springdale School District is moving forward with plans to replace 2 aging middle schools. The school board signed off on a construction plan last night for Westwood and Jones elementary schools. Both of them were built in 1959. The plan calls for Rogers-based Corps architects to design both schools, with Nabholz Construction building the Westwood building and Baldwin and Shell Construction building the new Jones Elementary School. Well, it was back to school today for the Rogers School District, and for students at Greer Lingle Elementary School, it was more than just the first day back in the classroom. They returned to a campus that was shut down last year following damage from the 2024 Memorial Day weekend tornadoes. Nearly everything except the structure had to be rebuilt, including HVAC, roofing, windows, and the interior classrooms. Superintendent Jeff Perry says after more than a year of work, this was a special moment welcoming the kids back to school.
When something happens to that building, it goes beyond just that the bricks or the windows or the roof was damaged. That's part of us. To have them go back to a brand new building, it's exciting to us. We're just so appreciative that we had the resources and the ability to create that nice facility for them.
And more than 14,000 students in the Fort Smith School District also returned to class today. And it was the first day for cell phone-free learning environments for many of those kids. Fort Smith schools did have multiple of the schools in the district take part in pilot programs, phone-free programs, last year. Well, the University of Arkansas Fort Smith is already welcoming a record number of students to campus this week. 5 News reporter Laura Castleman was there today to see how they're making the start of the semester smooth for everyone involved.
Today marks the first day of move-in for freshmen who attended Cub Camp.
The university is hosting record numbers with 880 students living on campus, a new high for the institution. The move-in began with Cub Camp participants, first-year students at the Lion's Den, with volunteers on hand to assist, making the process smooth and stress-free. Cub Camp participants will have activities planned to help them settle in and meet peers. Regular move-ins continue on Friday, promoting a lively start to the semester.
More than half of our student population are first-generation college students, so we really try to cater to those students and their parents because it's really the first time that those parents are having this experience as well as the student. We want to make sure that we're easing any concerns and trying to prepare them the best that we can for a successful first day of college.
Now, move-in will pick back up on Friday between 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. for all other students. Fort Smith residents should anticipate high traffic around Waldron Road and Grand Avenue throughout move-in. In Fort Smith, covering news where you live, Laura Castleman, 5 News.
Thanks, Laura. The Outrigger Cup is happening this week in Springdale. This is a live look at Bulldog Stadium where 5 matches will happen over the next 4 days. People are starting to show up for tonight's match between the U.S. Virgin Islands and the Turks and Caicos national teams. Tomorrow night, the Marshall Islands national team will compete in its first international match. The team is based out of Northwest Arkansas, and organizers expect it to be a major moment for the local Marshallese community.
This may be the first generation of role models in the soccer world for Marshallese kids and those around in the islands, both here in Springdale, Hawaii, Seattle, wherever they may be.
And again, tonight's match starts at 7. The Marshall Islands team will be in action tomorrow night against the U.S. Virgin Islands, and they'll face Turks and Caicos on Saturday. The Ozark United Under-19 team will also be competing.